Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? All the arcade videos that we shot at round one are finally over. I have a big video about my opinions of round one in my arcade history. That's like 27, 28 minutes long. And then I was thinking about it. I forgot about my crane game history because I actually played the crane game there and I won the first try. As far as like round one, is everything's loaded onto a card and it's like so many credits. You know, every card's so much credit. I think the best deal is the pinball machines, which were 5 credits apiece. They weren't like now with Howie Cat's video. It was like time. It was a time play. You can play pinball machines for so much money an hour, like $5-6 an hour, something like that. Whereas it was 5 credits a game, and I think that's the best value because I won like two free games off the Metallica machine. Well, anyways, going back to crane games, I remember seeing them on TV and in cartoons in the 70s and 80s. They were a lot different than when I first played it when I was in the army. It's not like a penny arcade. They showed it. It was like a 50 or something like that, and it would be like a crank, and you crank it to go one way, and then crank it go another way, then another thing to make go crank it go up, crank it go down, and it'd be like a little thing and grab something. When I said, "Boy, that would look pretty neat," and Dad said, "That's all junk. It's all garbage. You ain't gonna win nothing on that." So he tried to talk me out of playing those, of course. Well, he didn't like any games. He said the only good game is the one that gives you money back. But then when we went to the arcade, years back before I went back there, Dad and I and Jody went to the arcade once. I mean, not the arcade, the casino, where they do give you money back. Dad said, I wasn't impressed with that place at all. He always wanted to go. He said, I wasn't impressed with that place. So he still hated it. Now, I'll tell you the only games he liked, getting off topic game, but it's supposed to be a claw game. Uh, the kid used to work at Coney Lake Park as a teenager. And he said there was a game called Fascination he used to play there where you roll the ball and you're supposed to get like, I can't remember how it was because I played that in the 80s. And he said the only thing he hated, you wrap your knuckles on the plexiglass. He liked that game. And then he was talking about in the Albion Fire Hall, or there used to be a pinball machine that would give money back. I don't know how it was. Maybe it was a gambling thing. Like if you win so many points, you get like a quarter here, a quarter there. He said it made a couple bucks that one night, and then he said they got rid of it. I don't know if it was illegal. I never seen a pinball machine like that before in my life. It might have been illegal. I don't know. This was years ago. And then, like he said, he hated games and stuff. He didn't. I mean, not for the most part. You know, he played Pong with me. He liked that, but it was like a one-time thing. And then when we had the Atari 2600, he played a couple games. He liked the Activision ones. He liked Kaboom. He liked, what was the other one? See, the fireworks are going. The fireworks are supposed to go off 10:30 at Albion Fair. Well, he liked Kaboom, River Raid. I think Megalomania or Megalomania. That was, and then there was one from Intellivision that we had called Lock and Chase. He liked that too. And that was it. And then I remember in 2000, my sister had a Wii at her place. She got my dad to play a couple games, and he said, "Come on and watch Dad play. It might be the last time you ever see him play any type of video game," because he didn't like playing at all. I'm like, well, I was into watching stuff on YouTube. This is before I had internet and stuff like that. And that actually was the last time Dad ever played any video game like that. And that was years before he passed away. It's kind of sad. But he hated games. Well, anyway, he said it was a complete rip-off the crane games. And in a lot of ways it is, because I found out that with the crane games, like the owner can determine the strength of the crane. You know, and sometimes if you play a crane game, it's like a limp noodle that goes and then it falls down like this. It doesn't want to pick up anything. You know, not to play that game again, but they got you for your quarter or whatever it is. Well, I went on 4 minutes so far. So my history with the crane, I want to dedicate this video to my sister. So I never played a crane game for a long time. Until I was in the Army in AIT. I can't remember, it was the entrance to someplace. There was a little dinky one. I said, well, heck, I can win something my sister stuffed animal or something like that. Little dinky ones. don't know if it was before going into PX or something. I can't remember. But I remember the look of the game, and I remember the entrance, but I can't remember if you're going into a PX or something. I can't remember what it was. The very first time I played was a quarter. And it was electronic because it was like one where you make it go like this with a joystick, and then you make it go down. But it was different than the ones I saw on TV with the wheel crank and stuff like that. Anyways, I played it the very first time I won something. It was like something that was all tangled up. It was like two starfish with a big string, and I won like two of those. Oh, cool, man! I won the first try. And I wanted to win my sister's little green puppy. And that took a while. I had to spend $3-4, but I was like, boy, I don't feel like playing this ever again. I was kind of cheap back then. But I did send it off to my sister, and she had took some photos with her and mom, and they sent it to me when I was still in AIT. So I remember that. That was pretty much it for Crane Games for a while, and then they had when my niece and nephew, we were at Edinburgh Bowling. The Edinburgh Bowling is no longer there, sadly. They were playing in a bowling tournament for kids, like on Saturday morning. We used to take them there, which was cool. So I'd go and get something to eat there. The food there was really good. I'd get like a beer like 10 in the morning. But there was a crane game there that you could win like these balls for 50 cents. I won I think a SpongeBob SquarePants Nickelodeon one first try, so that was cool. I just won one. And they said, "Oh, we don't want another one." My niece said, "Oh, so okay, whatever." And then, like I said, my times playing a crane game would be like on one hand. Trying to think if there was any other time. There might have been one or two other times I tried it and I didn't do very well. And then I went to, like I said, I see the UFO games, and it's discouraging because it's based on, you probably spend a lot of money unless it's like a sure thing. With a two-pronged or one-pronged, stuff like that. That's a lot tougher. They base it on skill, but a lot of times on these arcade games, you see people put tons of money on it. I mean, I don't feel like spending a ton of money, especially when it's like 8 credits for play a crane game. I don't know how much UFO games were. Now, they had like this giant cat in a hamburger thing with a giant crane. I could have played that. I don't know how many credits that was. That's probably a lot of credits. That would have been kind of fun at least try to win that, but I didn't. I did go to Fun Zone when it had and then you saw the video, hopefully. I won this little guy first try, which was really cool. But that's really my history with crane games. It's not a big one, but I thought I would include it before I put my big arcade video and my thoughts on round 1. I believe that's all I was going to say, so I hope you like this video, buddy. Till next time, please, take care of my Legion.